Happy Saturday, Ronchi Ranchers. I hope everybody had a good week. If you're in Western New York, I hope you safely made it through the ridiculous windstorm yesterday. We had winds clocked at about 53 miles an hour here. And we were out in the middle of it feeding the ponies. So, yeah, it was a touch scary. Fortunately, the addition came in quite handy. The boys huddled up in here and were safe and sound. They were a little freaked out from the windows, the plastic windows rattling, but they made it through. And everybody is safe and sound. So everybody just got done finishing up their breakfast, except for Louie, who's trying to get the scraps. And so now it is nap time for everybody. One of the things that did happen after the windstorm is Bill laid down. This is the first time that we have noticeable evidence that he has laid down since he's got introduced to the main herd, and that's a big thing for him. Horses only lay down when they feel comfortable and safe. So for him to have taken the step to lay down, and everybody laid down. Louie laid down, Abe laid down too. So everybody took a nice nap once the windstorm finished. And after the early morning feeding, so we, even on the weekends, we feed early. We're usually out here by usually the latest 4:30, 4:45. So around 7 o'clock when I looked out, when the sun was starting to rise, everybody was taking a nap. And I assume, so Bill took a second nap because he was not as dirty when I fed early in the morning as he is right now. Abe, I saw, was laying in a hay pile, and Charlie was out in the mud like he always is. And obviously Louie too took a nap at some point too. So it's stressful when it's that windy. You know, I can only imagine what the wind sounds like to them when they have incredibly sensitive hearing. So, yeah, I'm sure it rocks them when there's, 50-mile-an-hour winds tearing through. It's not that bad when it's coming, the windows are blocking it, but when it's coming at their direction that they're standing right now, that's not fun. So, that's the big thing that's happened this week. Everybody is doing very well. Everybody is healthy. We have found out a new feeding regiment that is working. And the main thing is that Abe eats really, really quick. He is not fed that much in comparison to everybody else because he breathes and puts on 100 pounds. But we have to keep him occupied while everybody else is eating. So we use the ice and the snow to our advantage. We take a handful of feed and we put it in the snow or the ice, and it takes him literally hours to get all of the feed because he is that particular about getting all of the grain that's on the ground. So that keeps him occupied, which also means that after Abe and Louie are done eating, they're able to go to a hay pile and eat without being stressed out or without being moved around, unless Charlie moves around, which he usually doesn't do that much once he gets a pile that he likes. So if you've ever heard of a snuffle mat with dogs, it's the similar concept with a horse. They do have a snuffle mat, but I don't think it's going to be large enough for him, and I'm pretty sure that he is smart enough that he would just pick it up and tip it over. So right now, while we still have a little ice left, and I'm hoping that they're calling for snow tomorrow, that we get our snow back. In case you don't know, we had almost 2 feet of snow here that is now completely gone. We have ice patches, and so we like the snow to be here in the winter. It makes things a lot easier to clean up too. It makes cleanup a touch of a obstacle when we're going in between and it's muddy and everything else. So hopefully we'll get some of our snow back, and we'll get a nice pack back, and it also helps with having Abe occupied while Bill is finishing up his meal. So Bill does eat the most out of anybody. He is probably up to close to 10 pounds of feeding. It takes a little bit to, he's got to be in that sweet spot, or else he ends up losing weight. So he was losing a little bit of weight. So we adjusted again. So now we're up to probably close to 10 pounds of feed for him per feeding. So he's eating about 20 pounds a day on top of his hay. Like I said before, Abe is a very, very easy keeper. So he does not get that much. And Louie, we're spot on with his with the amount of feed that he eats, and it keeps a good weight on him. The other thing that we're doing is we're getting ready for Aquafest. It's hard to believe that Aquafest is essentially in 2 weeks. Sorry about that, 2 months. It's March 14th and 15th over at the Hamburg Fairgrounds. And yeah, it's going to be a big endeavor for this year. As you may have seen via Facebook, we changed our logo, which means that we will have all new merchandise. We're looking at t-shirts. We're looking at baseball caps, corduroy baseball caps. We're looking at beanies. We're looking at canvas totes. We're looking at a whole bunch of new stuff for product. We're hoping to have most of it at Aquafest. And if not, we are hoping also to have our store up fairly soon. At least before, sometime in February. So we're excited about that. So, I mean, that means we're designing it and getting things ready for that. And we're just doing wrap-ups of what has happened in 2025. So if you're interested in knowing what we've done, our annual report is up for 2025. And you can find that on our website, roncharranchrescue.org. It's in the About Us section. But that's pretty much it for here. As you can see, Bill is very tired and is desperately trying to sleep. So I will sign off so that he can have some peace and quiet and get his little nap in. All right, Ronchar Ranchers, I hope everybody has a great week, and we will talk next weekend. Be well, guys.